respect, check one, hit the deck.
Wait till you're announced. We've not yet lost all our graces. The hounds will stay in shape.
Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. It's getting noisy here in Charlotte. We're at the Time Warner Cable Arena, home of the Hornets. Well, guys, at this point, while still many things can change, the record is not on par with their performance last year. Maybe a cause for concern, but something they are well aware of.
Checking out Charlotte, they've just sort of hung around. I mean, they're not among the elite teams, but they're not that far off the pace either.
Well, I think they're satisfied, Clark, with where they are right now because they're in decent position, as they move forward. And this is all about just surviving the marathon in the NBA. Such a long season.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Inside, Gibson and Noah. Rose is out there with prime time, and it's McDermott in at the small forward position. Now, here is George. He kicks to Gibson from outside the arc, and there's Derrick Rose on the assist from Gibson. Rose has got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Chicago on defense. It's a three-point game. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And guys, had their free throw shooting been anywhere near up to par, I think it would have changed everything in that game.
No doubt about it. I mean, there is a carryover effect when you're not having success at the line. It infiltrates other parts of your game.
Now here's McDermott after Henderson's miss. And George, here we go. Stolen by Walker. That's good. Hornets on defense now. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
Yeah, they look totally disjointed. And sometimes you have a night like that. Nothing goes in the basket. It's just pure frustration.
Well, you can call it any number of things, Steve. Disjointed, disorganized, discombobulated, dysfunctional. Any of those would fit. The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Dishes it to Henderson. Puts it up from 15. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Henderson's got his first 2 points of the night.
You can't give him that shot. I mean, a few open looks are all it takes, and he can really get rolling.
Outside, George. Right side, George. Just 5 on the clock. The 15-footer, and that one's good. Rose has got 5 now.
It's going to be tough for the defense today. If he's got his A game rolling here tonight, we'll see.
Outside, Walker. Zeller setting the pick for Walker. Stevenson passes to Henderson. Launches it. And Lance Stevenson with the 3. Stevenson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Rose dishes to George. Gibson with the screen on Stevenson. Feeds it to Noah. Another one falls for Chicago.
And they're nearly perfect from the floor early on. 4 of their first 5 shots they've drained.
Stevenson against George. And Stevenson kicks to Jefferson. Back to Stevenson. And there's the feed to Henderson. Pass to Stevenson. Fades and shoots. Jefferson's shot is off.
Can't get a much better look than that, though.
Sure can't. Not one you'd expect him to miss there.
And there's the pass to Rose. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Noah with a screen for George. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And the basket by Rose.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Outside, Walker. Pass to Henderson. Kicks it to Stevenson. Stevenson left side. And the jumper from down low is good. Stevenson's got 5 points so far.
I'll tell you what, he is so difficult to guard, especially on a shot like that one.
So 20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Roberts. And in the game with Memphis, he did not play well. Henderson kicks to Roberts. And another 3 for Charlotte.
Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
Six seconds left in the first quarter. George, that's a 2-pointer. Oh, he knocks it in a beautiful buzzer beater. Just
coming up this Friday, November 13th, Gordon Hayward and the Utah Jazz take on Derrick Rose and the Chicago.
Done a nice job here offensively to establish a rhythm and a pace to this.
They're finding ways to score, playing well here, Steve.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for the Hornets, Kid Gilchrist and Vonleh at the forwards. Lance Stevenson is out there with Brian Roberts, and it's Biyombo at the 5 spot. Clock at 2. Shot by Roberts, no good.
Boy, for my taste, he's far too inconsistent with that shot. I mean, he's got to make those if he's going to take his game to the next level.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey, guys. Primetime in their last game against the Thunder gave them an edge. He finished with 8 points, and he did some work at the line, drawing a lot of fouls and knocking down the free throws. A bit of a surprise attack for him, as he is usually just regarded as a role player on his team.
Doris, thank you. Well, guys, you know, he made play after play in that game.
Well, as he often does, Kevin, and we'll see. Maybe he'll explode again tonight because the momentum that he took away from that game, he's got to be feeling confident.
Well, I don't know if it'll carry over, but clearly the fact that you have a high-level performance in your recent memory bank has to do you some good. And like you said, Steve, we'll find out tonight whether it continues.
And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Stevenson. Walker the pass to Jefferson. No good. Great defense that time from Noah. Rose with the ball. Picked up by Kid Gilchrist. Kid Gilchrist against George. Outside Rose. There's the 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. Hornets trail by 8. Outside, Walker. Stevenson outside. Stevenson right side. Here's Jefferson. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
George up top. He's guarded by Stevenson. The offensive rebound. Noah's shot is off. Hornets have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Stevenson left side. Dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow. Well, as far as the defense goes, Clark, that is not what's going to keep them in this league.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
Clark down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Some changes for Chicago. Saul comes in for Joakim Noah, and Tony Snell subbed in for George. And we're through two here in a good one. Hornets ahead.
Yes, Kevin, here with...
All right, fellas, still anyone's ball game right now. A few things from the first half.
At the start of the second half, neither side jumping out ahead through the first two quarters.
What a game for Rose. He's got 13 points. The three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
Well, as long as he's continuing to make them, I think they should make him more of a focal point of this offense.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Inside, Gibson and Noah. Derrick Rose is out there with prime time, and it's McDermott in at the 3 slot. Here's Stevenson, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That's on Joakim Noah.
Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
And, you know, if you're on defense and you're going to foul, make sure it's a good one. They did, preventing the and one.
He's off on the second. George with the ball. Gibson with the screen on Walker. And George kicks to Rose. Double team on Rose. Here's George. Shot is blocked. Henderson against Rose. Henderson kicks to Stevenson. Now the dish to Henderson. Back to Stevenson. Here's the 3. That's good. Stevenson's got 4 this quarter.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Bulls trail by 6. Rose off the pick from George. Right side, George. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Stevenson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
And Walker kicks to Stevenson. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession.
Still Hornets ball. 11 seconds for the shot.
Here's Jefferson. Passes to Henderson. And it's out of bounds for the Hornets as Charlotte retains possession.
A look here at last year in the NBA where the Hornets ranked. First in opponent field goal percentage. First in opponent offense. And they were ranked 3rd in taking care of the ball. This team does not commit turnovers at a high rate. Very impressive.
And Clark, you know this. I mean, anytime you see a team #1 in the NBA in field goal percentage defense, you know they're getting after it. So this is a club that plays extremely hard. They take great pride in their defense. They have a concerted plan, a concerted effort every single night to try to stop the opposing team.
Here's George. Drops in the layup for 2. George has got 6 points. Clark, the coach, was really passionate in that last huddle, trying to do everything he can to get his message across.
You know, and I'm not sure what he wanted exactly, but he did it with enough fire that I'm guessing he's not going to be happy with any lapse in execution. I mean, he made his point pretty clear.
And the basket by Stevenson.
He's created some good opportunities for himself and made the most of them. And an opportunity to check out some stats on Gerald Henderson, how he performed last season. Put up 10 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Those aren't bad numbers, but they're not the kind that are going to earn a lot of extra minutes for him either.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if he wants to play a bigger role, a larger role on the team, those numbers are going to have to be better than just decent.
And George, here we go. And it's George again missing.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Fades and shoots. Jefferson gets the bucket. And now it's an 8-point Hornets lead.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Rose dishes to George. Noah with a screen for George. Back to Rose. Outside, George. Goes up on the wing, and he gets it to go. George has got 4 points this quarter. Charlotte leading by 6. And Walker kicks to Anderson. Now here's Zeller, defended by Gibson. And here's Henderson. It's hauled in by George. George has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. He dishes it to McDermott. Back to George. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Rose goes in, and he gets it to go. And now it's just a 4-point Hornets lead.
And he's made the most of his chances, hasn't he? He really needs to continue to work for those good looks.
And Walker kicks to Stevenson. The kick out to Walker. Jacks up a 3. Henderson, no good.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Rose passes to McDermott. Off target from outside. Charlotte leading by 4. Stevenson dishes to Walker. Jefferson setting the pick for Walker. This one for 3. And the Hornets miss again.
And poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
And George kicks to Rose. Wants to get it off to Noah and does. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
Nice pass. That one was right on target.
Hornets have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Walker against Rose. Walker the pass to Henderson. He feeds it to Stevenson. Stolen by George. And here comes the break. And here they go. The score now all even. 17 points for Derrick Rose.
And you can see the importance of that steal. I mean, really a 4-point turnaround with the conversion at the other end right there.
Yeah, that's big. I mean, you negate a basket at one end, score at the other. Now is when the momentum can really shift.
And it's Walker penetrating. 6 on the shot clock. Trying to get back on track. And Stevenson with the layup. Stevenson's got 15.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. That's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fella.
And here now is our State Farm assist to the game. And Steve coming earlier.
Let's go. You're up.
Here comes in for Lance Stevenson. Chicago also making some changes. Joakim Noah's checked in for Gasol. Gibson comes in for Mirotic. And McDermott subbed in for Kirk Heinrich. Inside you have Vonleh and Jefferson. Ryan Roberts out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Kid Gilchrist in at the 3 spot. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Jefferson a screen on Rose. And it's Walker penetrating from about 16. No good. Nice D from Rose.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, the one's coming out on top.
Yeah, they've been really strong in the paint, battling the glass.
Some changes for Charlotte. Cody Zeller's checked in for Vonleh, and Lance Stevenson subbed in for Brian Roberts. And a change for the Bulls. George is checked in.
Defense just has to fight over the top of those screens.
Especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, he doesn't miss too many open shots.
Stevenson dishes to Walker. Out to the wing. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Here's Stevenson. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
You cannot afford to make mistakes like that here in a tight game.
Bulls have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Noah with a screen for George to take the lead. And right on target. Good. George has got 4 points this quarter.
I wasn't so sure he could get it turned around after that poor first half.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey, guys, I got a chance to hear what Steve Clifford was saying to his team. He really wants them to try to push the tempo here, see if they can get a few easy buckets in transition, saying, listen, we're playing station to station right now. Let's try to catch them off guard, guys. Let's see if they can do exactly that, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Gibson with the screen on Kid Gilchrist. The shot by George, no good.
Yeah, no excuses there. Got a really good look at the basket after being freed up by the pick.
We say it all the time. The execution was excellent. The result not as good, but good ball movement anyway.
Here's Jefferson. Noah with the block. And that'll be Charlotte as it goes out of bounds. Hornets retain possession. Stolen by George. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And he lays in the alley-oop. And the Bulls lead by 3.
Nice silky finish on the alley-oop.
That sequence, I don't think Clark could have been executed any better.
Stupendous feed.
Boy, I hope we see a few more of those.
Jefferson attacking. Jefferson missing again. For Chicago, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Rose kicks it to Noah. 13 feet away. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's George. Sinks it. Absolutely critical chance right here.
Yeah, they need this one to go their way, Kevin.
Walker the pass to Stevenson. Jefferson buries it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And my goodness, that one got him going.
Did it ever. They're on cloud 9.
What an atmosphere in here. This is incredible.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. They both at the line. It's a 5-point game.
2-possession game now, guys. Some very important free throws there.
.24 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Kicks it out to Stevenson. Stevenson left side. Walker with a clean look. Offensive rebound. Stevenson outside. Laces one from 3. Here's George. And the heave doesn't get to the rim. And so
We were firing all cylinders tonight, baby.
Yeah, man, nothing like getting mine when a team gets theirs.
Food tastes a little better.
Hey, them checks gonna look a little bigger.
Now we celebrating or what?
With you? Nah, I roll with a much younger crowd.
I know you're not calling me old, fool.
Nah, I'm just messing with you. I'm playing with you. Come on, man, you can come.
Got no need for the fancy things, all the attention that it brings. Tell me no, I say yes, I was chosen, and I will deliver the explosion. Can't say it's gonna get me far, do no good to say what you are. I run the streets and I break up houses, river runs deep and the flame devours it. Me, I'm a creator, thrillers to make it up. The rules I break got me a place up on the radar. Me, I'm a taker, know what the stakes are. Can't roll it back, it's understood, got to play a card. Me, I'm a creator, thrillers to make it up. The rules I break got me a place up on the radar. Me, I'm a taker, know what the stakes are. Can't roll it back, it's understood, got to play a card. Sit tight, I know what you are. Mad right, but you ain't no star. Polish up till you make it clean your ammo. I know what you mean. Tell right that I know it's true. Why they screaming I love you? Down deep, you know there ain't no blow. Us ODK was DOA. Yeah, I know what you here for now. Was I your idea? Now don't you crush on me. I see you in your pipe dreams. Whether or not you know it's true, you know who they dictate to. That must hurt real bad. Picking what you wish you had. Me, I'm a creator. Thrillers to make it up. The rules I break got me a place up on the radar. Me, I'm a taker. Know what the stakes are. Can't roll it back, it's understood. Got to play a card.
We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Utah Jazz come in for this one. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Happy to have you along for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Just a single game at home. After this one, it's back on the road for the Bulls. Still trying to find that groove they had last year. They'd like to grab hold of some new momentum and get closer, Steve, to where they were a season ago.
You know, I think for Chicago, they've just not been able to play to the level they did a season ago, but they're right in the mix anyway. And they're not too far off the pace from last year.
And you know, Clark, I mean, they're one of those teams that is capable of kind of turning on the switch when the postseason approaches. So I get the feeling they're just kind of biding their time until springtime.
The starters for the Utah Jazz. Burks the off guard with Hayward at the 3. Favors plays the 4 with Kanter at the 5. And it's Exum in at the point guard position. Now here's Rose. His last outing, he had 24 points. Noah with a screen for George. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Well, that's a solidly executed pick play. I mean, it paid dividends with that nice dunk.
Exactly the result they were looking for.
Yeah, it worked so well. He got set and did not shuffle his feet. Really well done there offensively.
Exum kicks to Burks. Kanter, the pass to Burks. And he gets the bucket. Burks has got his first points of the game.
Just the shot they wanted. Point-blank range.
Chicago with the ball. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Seemed like they hit every big shot they had in that game. Kevin, their offense was clicking, but really clutch in big moments.
That's ideally the way you want it to unfold on the road, Steve. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into the game.
Here's Exum after the made shot from George. Here's Kanter. It's hauled in by George.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Out left to the wing. And the wide open shot from Rose. And it's Chicago scoring again.
4 straight makes out of the gate. That's a sweet start.
Jazz have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Favors with a screen on Rose. Exum kicks to Burks. He dishes it to Exum. The feed to Hayward. Good on the triple. Hayward's got himself on the board with 3 there.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
The Bulls have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. McDermott gets a screen from George. Burks with the steal. In transition, here come the Jazz. Hayward leading the charge, and it's sent back by George. Hit his leg, and it's being called a kickball. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Here's Burks. Here's Favors. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send them to the free throw line. Don't give them an easy 2.
No easy buckets inside. Force free throws and work to keep them out of the lane next time around.
Now the Bulls with it. Rose dishes to George. Back to Rose. Noah with a screen for George. McDermott, no one around him. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Well, you know what? All good things must come to an end, and they finally miss after making their first 4.
Pass to Favors. Here's the screen. McDermott with a steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Rose with the ball.
Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Passes it to Hayward. Dishes it to Burks. 5 to shoot. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to the Nuggets.
Yeah, they really struggled to put points on the board throughout that game, guys. In terms of their offense, nothing seemed to go right.
And once they started spiraling downward, there was no getting out of it, Steve. Their scoring just went dry.
Jazz trailed by 5. Exum passes to Burks. Stolen by George. Left side, George. The kick out to Rose. Offline with his three. Jazz have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Exum with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Here's Burks. Good on the three-point shot. Burks has got 5.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new team. Pau Gasol's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. Butler, he's checked in for McDermott. And it's Heinrich in for Derrick Rose. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for Favors. Hood comes in for Gordon Hayward. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Burks. And Trey Burks subbed in for Exum. Now, here is George. Following the miss by Nikola Mirotic. Goes back up. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
That's his 4th straight make right out the chute. He's setting a pretty high standard for himself here.
Yeah, it's the kind of start you want every game, but, of course, you rarely get it.
Here's Bellinelli. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Denver. 50 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Clock at 6. And it's sent back by George. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Snell's checked.
Nice shooting.
Bulls have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. George in at shooting guard. Doug McDermott is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Gibson in at center. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Burke with it. George picks him up. Now here's Burke. He's guarded closely. Here's Hayward, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Chicago.
You got to like the consistency they're showing with that mid-range shot.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Hey, guys. Prime time in their last game against the Hornets got the job done. He dropped 14 points, and along with what he did on the offensive end, he also played some stellar defense as well. This was a big win for him and his team as they snap a losing streak with that win, guys. All
right, thanks, Doris. He's got a lot of positives to take away from that game, clearly, Steve.
Yeah, he played a huge role for them. His contributions are always important, but I thought he was particularly good that night.
Yeah, he was very solid. Just really locked in, engaged, on task. Solid performance tonight.
Gibson setting a pick for George. Gibson a screen. The shot by George, no good.
That was a layup, and you've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities.
Hayward kicks to Booker. Burks with it. 9 points last game out. Just 5 on the clock. Burke dishes to Burks. Booker inside. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. And the Jazz lead by 2. For Chicago, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Gibson setting a pick for George. Butler from outside. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 4 assists in the game.
That's just a case of 2 teammates working perfectly together. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Now here's Burke. 23 points for him the last game against Denver.
You know, he was getting fouled time and again in that game, really delivering from the free throw line. Made a major contribution there.
Here's Rose. They lead by 1. Butler passes to George. Gibson with the screen on Hayward. The 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
And after that last game, Clark, I'm not surprised to see him so hot. He's got it rolling right now.
Here's Burke looking for his first basket still in this one. Pass to Booker. He kicks to Burke. Fires the three. The shot is off. And it's Chicago the other way. This their first chance this season playing the Jazz.
Well, they thought they'd handle this club last year both times, but they actually split the 2 season meetings. What an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender, giving up so much size, there's no way he's going to get a hand on it.
Favors with the screen. To the left side. Out to Hayward. He feeds it to Burks. Nailed from three-point land. Burks has got 8. You would think, as you said, Steve, that no matter what building they were in, this is a team they should have beaten both times.
It probably had a little something to do with the fact that they're just not a very familiar opponent. I mean, that's one way to look at it.
Here's George. Derek Favors with the rebound. Favors got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Burke. Soft touch off the glass. Burke's got his first points of the game.
The height difference there is huge, but he canceled it out with great body control in the air.
Exactly, Steve. He got to the hoop and wouldn't allow himself to be manhandled by the big boy.
Now, here is George. 14 points from him the last game against the Hornets in Charlotte.
And no question, you look at his assist totals. I mean, they tell you what a nice job he was doing of really spreading that ball around.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Doc.
All right, guys. I want to go over some things before we get back out there.
In 4th game so far. With no ground given through the first half. 3rd quarter starting here now.
Excellent game we've seen from Derrick Rose. He's got 13 points and he sprayed home 3 3-pointers as well.
Yeah, productive day for him from long range.
Taking a look at the Jazz. Hayward 3 and Favors the 4. Exum and Burks, their backcourt. And it's Cantor in at the 5 down low. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
And now let's take a look at Alec Burks' numbers. Last season's performance for him, he was around 9 points a game, 2 assists and 3 rebounds. Looking at those numbers, you'd probably say, yeah, that's about what we'd expect out of him.
Which isn't really what any player wants to hear. I mean, you don't want to meet expectations. You want to underpromise and overdeliver. You want to exceed expectations, and maybe we'll start to see him do that shortly.
No problems knocking that one down. 16 points for Rose.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the 3-point variety.
Yeah, and unless they make some rotations and closeouts defensively, there's more to come, Clark.
Now here's Favors. The rebound by Gibson. And for those of you tuning in, we're about a minute into the second half. And George, here we go. The pass to McDermott. Takes a 3. Exum pulls it in. Exum's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Hayward.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
And George, here we go. Got a piece of it. And now the fast break Exum with the ball. Hayward can hit. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Now George. He's got 11. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. George has got 13.
Yeah, guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
Kicks it to Favors. All alone. And that one's good. So for the Bulls, Pau Gasol is checked in. Bulls have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Heinrich kicks to George. Seven-foot shot. And he can't bank that one in. Swiped away. In transition, here come the Jazz. Bellinelli gets the bucket.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
Well, Chicago has gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. Heinrich dishes to George. Back to Heinrich. Shot clock at 6. Gasol setting the pick for George. Here's Snell. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And now, courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here are the teams that led the NBA in block shots last year. Fourth, the Bulls.
They've got a number of guys that can deny you when you take that ball inside. That's why they're one of the best shot blocking teams in the league, at least they were last year, because they worked well together and they made it a priority.
And George with the block. And Clark, we saw a very animated huddle that last break, and I'm sure the coach wanted something specific from his team.
Well, Kevin, this is certainly a key moment for the squad, and he's looking for players to lock into the new game plan and carry it out the rest of the way. That's what he's trying to get across.
Here's Cantor after the Bulls pick up 2. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Now, here is George. Bellinelli is covering. Tries from 16, and that one comes up a bit short.
I don't know if it's just me, but he's looked a step slow since the start of the quarter. His shooting has really suffered.
And Joseph kicks to Cantor. To the middle, here's Hood. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Hood's got 5 now.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
That's what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. More of the same. Get it inside.
Now, here is George. He used that pick just right. And the Bulls lead by 2.
Defense just has to fight over the top of those screens.
Especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, he doesn't miss too many open shots.
Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for George. Trevor Booker. Now here's Rose. He's got 16. Puts up the baby hook. And good on the basket. Book it. Rose has got the lead up to 6 now for the Bulls. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. It's the Bulls. They lead by 6 from the United Center in Chicago. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, we might as well call it the State Farm play of the game. This was just a marvelous piece of coordination between 2 teammates, completely in sync on the alley-oop.
All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So the Bulls 5 right now. George, he's in at shooting guard. Jimmy Butler is out there with McDermott. Then there's Noah. And it's Rose in at the point guard. Here's Burke after the made shot from George. They set the pick. Hayward with the ball. Butler covering. Stolen by Noah. In transition, here come the Bulls. And it's Butler with the jam.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
And the Jazz with possession here after the Bulls pick up 2. Stolen by George. George! What a play!
Oh, look at that.
That is a
Bringing down the house.
Jazz trail by 12. And here is Burke. Favors sets the pick for Burke. Exum with it. Feeds it to Hayward. Shot clock at 6. Chicago grabs the miss. McDermott's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Rose passes to George. Noah with a screen on Hayward. Here's George. It's Chicago with another bucket.
Everything's falling now, and this lead continues to increase.
Yeah, it's just way too hard to keep up with a scoring pace like this. I mean, and that's why the defense is having a tough time.
Now here's Burke. Favors with a screen on Butler. The dish to Burke. Here's the teardrop, and it's blocked by Rose. The feed to Butler, and stolen by Burke. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break to stop the run, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
You know, when the size advantage is that pronounced, that's exactly what you should do offensively in this situation. Take it strong to the middle.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Bulls, and Utah with a change here too. Brooks is checked in.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now, you got to make a defensive adjustment here, Clark. Time to collapse inside, force the ball back out in the perimeter, make them beat you from long range.
And he uses the glass on the layup. The Bulls leading by 13. Rose dishes to George. Gibson setting the pick for George. Back to Rose. Let's go. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Rose. 23 points here for George.
That's pretty much been the norm for them. Getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yeah, during that break, the head coach of the he was emphatic. We're not getting it done, fellas. We've simply got to step up, get engaged, and try to battle back. Talk gets them going.
Now, here's Exum. Here's Burks. Off target from three-point range.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding department too, Clark.
Yeah, it's been a really gritty performance. They'll have some bruises to show for it, but that's the way it should be. You should feel that you've competed when you do that work inside.
Rose, no good. Jazz trail by 15. A shot by Hayward, wide open. Offensive rebound. Burks. He dishes it to Cantor. Pass to Burks. He kicks to Exum. Passes it to Cantor. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him two chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, the defender's draped all over.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
Hey, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Chicago?
How about the three-point shooting we're seeing so far, guys? Amazing.
It's been a hot shooting night for them, too. I mean, they've hit a lot of those mid-range jump shots.
Part of this interior collapse we've seen defensively is the reason they've struggled, and they're trailing by so much.
Here's Exum. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Cantor. And George with the block. Noah with a screen on Favors. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
He had pretty much played mistake-free basketball up to that point. That's really the only time he's turned it over so far.
Here's Exum. Dishes to Burks. Out to Favors. Pass to Hayward. Here's Exum. And it's off from three-point range.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far, Steve.
And even if it's only a modest advantage that they have in that category, it's still a significant factor.
Now here's Noah. Shot clock at 6. Rose double team. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession.
Well, tonight's battle is going to end with a
nice
winner, leaving nothing.
And so Chicago.
Derek, you...
Hey, man, that never gets old.
What never gets old?
Proving once again that I'm the man and you're just another mediocre player in this league.
If you played as well as you talked, you'd be a legend. And don't worry, I'll be ready for you next time.
Oh, I am a legend. You better ask somebody.
I called you in here for a reason.
Yeah, what's up, Coach?
I want to talk to you a little bit about one of my coaching philosophies, something that's become very important to me over the years.
Hey, I'm all ears.
Basketball is not boxing. It's a team sport. It's about learning to put your own needs aside to focus on what's best for the team. When we succeed, we all do it together. When one person is down, we're all down.
Oh, you talking about Ubuntu. I've been hearing about that for years. I'm all about that.
Good. With your role here, I think it's really important for you to embrace this too, and for you to help your teammates do the same.
Of course, Coach. Man, it's about the team. It's not about personal accolades or recognition or stats. It's really about winning.
Exactly. Glad to hear you're on board. Just keep thinking along those lines, and it will make a difference to the team.
Hey, Coach, I'm with it, all right? I appreciate the talk.